Hello and welcome back to the Hertha Save. This is episode number 4 and I'm going to give you a little season update today. We've been plugging away live on Twitch, by the way. Go and follow me on Twitch and join in live instead of just watching these updates. I am live on a Monday, Friday and a Sunday, and you'll also then get 3 videos a week here on YouTube. That's the plan anyway, but we'll see how we go with that. But yeah, we've done a little bit more on Twitch live, and I'm going to update you on that today. So let's stop dilly-dallying and get straight into it. Alright, you join me on this screen here. This is as far as we have got then in Season 4. You'll notice by the date up here at the top, it is the 4th of January, meaning the transfer window has just opened. The league table to my right, your left, shows that we are in 10th position. That could be improved. As I'm going to go through the results in a little bit, things haven't exactly gone our way. There's been some big ups, which I'll show you, and there's been some pretty disappointing downs as well. A long way to go in the season yet, though. You'll also notice that actually, even though we are in January, we have only played 11 games. The reason for that is we're in 2020. To 2023. We're actually just gone into 2023. It is the Qatar World Cup, and therefore there's that big long break which we've just had to endure before this. Anyway, before we actually look at the results and I talk you through the games we've played, I want to have a quick look at our tactics. In our last video, we talked about our plans and what we're going to do with our tactics this season. There's been a few tweaks to that due to some dodgy results. So I'm just going to show you what little changes we've had to make in that regard. So on the screen, you can see we are currently in Das Register. That was the more conservative of the two of our tactics, and there's a reason we've been using this one. We've been using this one because of our results. What we were finding was in Mitkoracho, which was the 2-striker version of this tactic, that actually we were conceding a lot of goals. When we look at the results in a second, you'll see that there's not many clean sheets in there, and we actually kept, I think Livakovic set a new record for the most amount of clean sheets by a goalie at Hertha the season before this, so there needed to be some changes. Something wasn't quite right. What I did was I went back to Das Register and things started to recover from there. So just when you're looking at these results, I try to remind you and just see where things flip and change. And actually, that may have been as a result of actually changing back into this particular tactic. For the foreseeable future, I think this is what we're going to go with. I still really hope that at some point we can move into this 2-striker tactic. I think the personnel that we've got, though, is a little bit lacking for that. I think wingers may be the thing we need to improve next, to have that attacking threat and actually pin teams in rather than being caught out at the back. Also, perhaps even defensively, we are perhaps needing to improve. Anyway, yeah, let's have a look at those results, and I'll show you exactly where things were going wrong. Right, having a look at our results. We started off with the 4 friendlies that we played. We played Zenit in probably the only of the friendlies that were actually a little bit of a challenge. We beat them 4-1, and then we played 3 pretty easy games: 6-0, 4-0 and 5-0. Our first competitive, in asterisks, in inverted commas there, game was against FC Bayern in the Super Cup. Frustratingly, we lost this game 1-0. A Robert Lewandowski penalty in the 81st minute after Nicholas Stark was sent off. Frustrating because, again, we played all right, not our best by any stretch. But we actually lost this game, the Super Cup, the season before. And to lose it twice and miss out on 2 trophies there is annoying. We lost on penalties the season before to Bayer Leverkusen. Annoying, but I suppose it's one of those, the board said it wasn't important, and you know, it really isn't that important. It's just nice to pick up those extra trophies. The season started then, properly you could say, in this friendly, no, it's not friendly, it felt like a friendly, in this cup game, the DFB Pokal first round. It seems like every Bundesliga season you start off with a easy draw against a really small team and you batter them. Last season we won 4-0. Season before that we actually won 10-0 in this game. Anyway, we won this one. Let's go back up. We won this one 5-0. We did a much changed team and we got off to a nice start. Then we went into the league season and we played Bayer Leverkusen. We drew 0-0. We got another red card in this one. Nori got sent off. I was okay with that. We didn't play great. We probably were the better team out of the two. A draw away at Bayer Leverkusen were a decent team. Wasn't a bad start. It was actually, I was quite happy with it after we then went and won our next game, 3-1 at home to Schalke. Haaland got a couple of goals, Henrik's got a goal, and we played much better in this one. We were dominant, and actually it could have been more than the 3-1 that we ended up winning it. We then went to Dortmund, another really good team. Annoyingly, we went 1-0 down. We then got ourselves into a 2-1 lead. Reece Nelson and Erling Haaland with the goals. We then conceded in the 85th minute. I didn't really even try to shut it down that much. It was just one of those. They just had a chance, and I knew they were going to score. Prakalo scored the goal. 2-2. Again, though, much like the Bayer Leverkusen game, a draw away at a decent opposition was all right. If we do that all season long, we'll be there or thereabouts. Again, we then went and won our next game at home. We beat Mönchengladbach. We went 1-0 down in this one again. And you know how I was saying about conceding goals? It was one of those. It was like, this is what I mean. We concede first so often. We've got a lot of mentality monsters in this team, it seems, to use a Kloppism, because we do come back and get results in those games where we're conceding first. But it's a bit of an annoyance. I'd rather dominate and actually just win comfortably. If we were to go into the match stats for these games, you'll be able to see that our shots is way above and beyond the other teams. It needed to click. At this point, we were using the two-striker Mit Caracho tactic, which you can download. It is actually in the link to that video in the episode 3, my tactics. If you wanted to do that and try it, please do. Let me know how you get on, because if you can get it firing, let me know. We then went and lost our first game of the league season. We lost to Hoffenheim, and annoyingly, they scored twice straight off the bat. 22 minutes in, we were 2-0 down. I actually called it before the game on the stream. I said, they've got Pedro de la Vega. We sold him to these last season. I said, he's going to score. 3 minutes in, there he goes, he scores. We got a goal back right at the end. Marin scored, but we didn't really look like getting a result in that game after going 2-0 down. We then started our Champions League campaign. As you can see on the screen there, that is the draw that we got. It's a really tough group. Barcelona, Liverpool, AC Milan. The easiest team in that group is AC Milan, and that's never going to be easy going to play in the San Siro and doing that. That's where we started as well. We got a 2-1 win against AC Milan at their place. Pellegrini scored first, they equalised through Kessie, and then Haaland got the winner after 74 minutes. A really good performance. Very different to the performance we just put in the league against Hoffenheim. And it was a really good start to the group. We then came back to league business, and this one probably hurt the most out of any of our results this season. This one probably hurt the most. We lost to Bayern Munich at home. Really, really frustrating. If I click on this one and show you the match stats, we absolutely dominated FC Bayern. 26 shots compared to their 8. 12 on targets compared to their 7. 5 clear-cut chances compared to their 2. They scored 2, by the way, of course. We had more possession, more corners, absolutely everything, except for the fact that we lost. To make matters even worse, look at the goal that was the winner. Ball gets back to our keeper, comes out, takes a touch. Dawdle's on it, Lewandowski takes it off him, goes and scores the winner. So to dominate the game and then to lose to that goal, well, let me tell you, it was frustrating, and I was very down on stream. As you can see, looking at the how the team was set up, we were still going with the two-striker formation in this one. The one that I did start to feel was leaking goals. I mean, that maybe was not quite the type of goal we're used to conceding, but it didn't help things. So we lost at home to Bayern, the team that we want to try and pip to the title this year. And in such annoying circumstances, it was really, really frustrating. We did, though, bounce back. As you can see there, we went and played Liverpool in the Champions League, and we beat them at home. Liverpool didn't play great. We didn't play great either, but we did enough, and we kept a clean sheet. Erling Haaland scored a penalty in the 7th minute, a 1-0 win. 2 wins from 2 in the Champions League. And then guess what happened next? We lost again in the league. So we've we've lost in the league, we win in the Champions League. We lose in the league, we win in the Champions League. We lose in the league. It's one of those. Are we getting some kind of hangover after European games? I don't know. It's frustrating because we were playing so well in that Champions League group, beating teams like Liverpool and Milan. We then actually, even after this, went and drew away at Barcelona. A draw in the Nou Camp, you can't complain about that. However, yeah, the league form was a concern. Anyway. So, a draw against Milan, a win against Liverpool, a draw against Barcelona. We were really close to qualifying after the first round of games. It was Barcelona at home next, and I mean, you can look ahead there. We actually went and got a result there. Before that, though, we did get a comfortable win in the league, which was a nice change. We beat Augsburg 3-0. Stark, Haaland, Pellegrini. After that, we did then go and lose again. We lost to Leipzig, a quite late winner. I think we outplayed Leipzig in that game as well. Frustrating, but then things did start to turn around a little bit and we got some decent form on the go. We beat Barcelona, as I just said. I still can't believe we beat Barcelona. Look at this. What a beautiful sight. When you start a save like this is the type of result that you're hoping you can get in there. 2-1 win at home to Barcelona. Gomez, Szoboszlai with the goals. A pretty close game, but we ended up coming out on top, and that was putting us in pole position in the group. If we got a result against Milan, I think even a draw meant that we secured top spot and we're going to go through as the group winners. Before we played Milan, we did play Werder Bremen. We beat them 2-1, a nice league win. I think this is when I swapped back to the... Yes, this is when we swapped back to Das Regista, look, with the CDM in there. Maya playing as a Regista, but we were a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more dominant during a game without throwing up loads of chances to the other team. Again, as you can see, still 23 shots compared to their 11. A good solid win, but with maybe that little extra security. Then we went into the game against Milan and we beat them 3-1 at home. So what a time we have had in this group stage. Pellegrini with 2, Maya with the other goal. Martial got one back for Milan. But we then topped the group. And I will show you that table in just a second because there's actually a little bit of an embarrassing one coming up. You can probably see it there. We beat Frankfurt away from home. One of the things that we still haven't really done is won away games in the league. We've won an away game in the league here. We beat Frankfurt, a good win. We were also 1-0 down in this one. Mentality monsters strike again. Gomez and Haaland with the goals. Our two best players by far, by the way. And then we went to Liverpool. We went to Liverpool and changed our team completely. There it is there. You can see we've got a different keeper in. We've got a complete different back four in front of him, including this guy who's 18 years old and amongst others. If I go back on there. Complete change team with really young players. We got absolutely demolished 6-0. It doesn't matter. We still topped the group. And actually, morale didn't take too much of a hit, which was nice. And yeah, we changed things at half time, by the way. Put in a defensive midfielder instead of a Regista. And they didn't score in the second half. All of their goals in the first half there, you can see. By the way, this was our group. You can see there. We played 6, obviously. Won 4 of them. Drew 1. Lost 1. Topped the group by 4 points. Barcelona went through as well. Liverpool into the Europa League. Look at that. When we got that group, I was fearing the worst, I won't lie. I was thinking, are we going to be able to get ourselves a Europa League spot? We did way better than that. We went through as group winners. And I can actually probably show you here who we got in the next round. If I scroll you down here, Atletico Madrid will be our first knockout round opponents. There it is. That's going to be a tough one. That won't be easy. Anyway, to finish up before the winter break started and the Qatar World Cup began, we had one last game. It was a completely mad game, to be honest. We drew 3-3 with Borussia Mönchengladbach, and we went 1-0 up, they equalised, then we went 2-1 up and they equalised in the 88th minute, and then we went to extra time. They scored in extra time first, 105+1. Reece Nelson got us back level, and then we won it on penalties. Very weird. Very strange game, but we are still in the cup. We're looking for a third year running win in the DFB Pokal in the German Cup. That would be nice. If we can get through on the bounce, that'd be lovely. And yeah, there you can see the friendlies we played. We are now into January. And so yeah, there you go. You are now up to date with our results. Like I said, things did improve. We started to pick up some pretty good results towards the end. Take out this Liverpool loss where we changed the team completely, and actually our form was pretty decent. We won a nice away game at Frankfurt. We won the game against Werder Bremen. We're looking okay. We are not a million miles away from those top teams. In fact, we are in 10th, but we're only 5 points off the top with loads of games to go. We're actually only a third of the way through the season, despite it being January, which you'd expect us to be halfway through. It's one of those. The Qatar World Cup makes it weird. As you can see also there, Haaland is top of the goal scoring stats. Gomez top of the average rating and top of the assist. By far our best two players. They're performing pretty well. Let's see if we can go into this second half of the season and put together a bit of a run and challenge at the top. That's the plan. And so that brings you up to date. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little update and you're starting to get into this save, starting to feel what we're trying to do here. And I'll be back very soon. I'm thinking we'll get some gameplay onto the channel here. I will make sure that we go and record a game and get it out there for you. If there's anything else that you want to see, if you're interested in what's going on in other leagues or whatever it might be, let me know. Stick it in the comments and I'm happy to oblige if possible, within reason. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today. Before you go, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, get notified, do all the things you should do. Go and follow me on Twitch and join in. We'll be live on a Monday, a Friday and a Sunday. I know I've said it before, but yeah, that's the place to catch these games live. And yeah, I will see you next time very, very soon. Thank you once again for watching. Peace out, A-Town, bye.